Welcome to the EMP Media channel. In this video, we introduce you to the top 10 best thriller movies of 2021. If you want to know what the best thriller movies are, watch this video to the end. In your opinion, which thriller movies are among the top 10 movies of 2021? Please write your comments for us. In order not to miss our new videos, please subscribe us.
Number 10.
What can I do for you, Mr. Bigger?
That DNA test we talked about, I want to get it done.
Stillwater is a thriller and crime film. Directed by Tom McCarthy. With and stars Matt Damon, Abigail Breslin, Camille Cotton, Lilu Chauveau, Bill Baker, an American oil rig roughneck from Oklahoma, travels to Marseille to visit his estranged daughter, Allison, who is in prison for a murder she claims she did not commit. Confronted with language barriers, cultural differences, and a complicated legal system, Bill builds a new life for himself in France as he makes it his personal mission to exonerate his daughter. Matt Damon is on a mission to save his daughter in the new trailer for Stillwater. Damon is of course well known as an action hero thanks to his leading role in the long-running and highly successful series of Bourne films. In those movies, Damon plays a highly trained operative going up against an endless succession of people who want to take him out, in stories that play out as meticulously choreographed and edited action set pieces.
Number 9.
Till Death is a thriller and horror film. Directed by S.K. Dale. With and stars Megan Fox, Owen Macken, A.M.L. Amin, Callan Mulvey, Jack Roth. A woman is left handcuffed to her dead husband as part of a sick revenge plot. Unable to unshackle, she has to survive as two killers arrive to finish her off. While this is the first lead role for Fox in a horror movie since Jennifer's Body, Till Death isn't the first of the actress' latest survival-focused projects. The film follows the release of Rogue, where Fox played the leader of a group of mercenaries facing off against a lioness. Now, the first looks at Till Death show Fox in even more compromising positions as she spends the anniversary of her marriage enacting her own revenge in the form of survival. The original screenplay for the film was penned by Jason Carvey and is S.K. Dale's feature directorial debut. Carvey's script gained attention after receiving a spot on the Blood List, which is a survey of unproduced thriller and horror scripts voted on by professionals in the industry.
Number 8.
Don't Breathe 2 is a thriller and horror film. Directed by Rodo Sieggs. With and stars Stephen Lang, Brendan Sexton, Madeline Grace, Stephanie Arcila, Rachi Williams. The sequel is set in the years following the initial deadly home invasion, where Norman Nordstrom, Stephen Lang, lives in quiet solace until his past sins catch up to him. Don't Breathe 2 is a horrific and delusional sequel to its predecessor, a tight thriller that had grounded, down-on-their-luck characters, and a film that knew when to pull out the big guns so the audience would root for its unlikable leads. The blind man is no longer a mysterious character, the audience already knows his crimes, and it's delusional for this pair to think that they can root for him this time around just because he's tasked with saving the life of a young girl.
Number 7.
Beautiful. Woo. I know this little fucker does it.
How you do it?
Pig is a drama and thriller film. Directed by Michael Sarnowski. With and stars Nicolas Cage, Alex Wolff, Adam Arkin, Nina Belfort, A truffle hunter who lives alone in the Oregon wilderness must visit Portland to find the mysterious person who stole his beloved foraging pig. Revenge dramas are generally triggered by a sense of sudden loss, one that becomes the basis for a lone figure to take on the world at large. Be it John Wick's mercurial wrath being ignited after losing his beloved dog, Daisy, or a frenetic Brian Mills hell bent on saving his daughter in Taken, revenge dramas usually cater to a series of set expectations from a narrative point of view. However, this is not the case with Michael Sarnowski's Pig, which unravels in ways uncharacteristic of a revenge thriller but manages to make every aspect work while defying genre expectations. An intense slow burn, Pig is a beautiful meditation on the true meaning of loss, replete with vignettes drenched in humor, pathos, and violence.
Number 6.
Joe from LAPD, are you at Patton, the state hospital? Where's Emily?
The Guilty is a drama and thriller film. Directed by Antoine Fuqua. With and stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Christina Vidal. A demoted police officer assigned to a call dispatch desk is conflicted when he receives an emergency phone call from a kidnapped woman. The Guilty, director Antoine Fuqua's latest feature, is one of the many American remakes of international hits that don't quite get what made the original, a Danish film from director Gustav Mahler, so special. Many of these remakes are often of films that have rather precise narratives, with specific events or twists that the audience didn't see coming the first time, which then gets retold for American audiences. The Guilty is no different. If one were to have never seen the original, then it is a fairly good suspense-filled drama that showcases much of what we like from Fuqua, screenwriter Nick Pizzolatto, and actor Jake Gyllenhaal. Without offering anything particularly interesting or nuanced, The Guilty still has enough to keep audiences engaged and on the edge of their seats.
Number 5.
Dave, you just worry about putting your arsehole back in your arsehole. And leave this to me.
Wrath of Man is an action and thriller film. Directed by Guy Ritchie. With and stars Jason Statham, Holt McCallany, Scott Eastwood, Josh Hartnett. Wrath of Man follows Patrick Hill, who goes by H for short, a cash truck security guard who's new on the job at Fortico Securities. He starts months following the tragic murders of 2 other cash security guards, who were killed during an armed heist. While he keeps to himself and does the job he was hired to do, H shows off his exceptional sharpshooting skills during another attempted heist. After which, his co-workers, namely, his partner Bullet, Mindhunter's Holt McCallany, and Dave, Josh Hartnett, begin to suspect H isn't at all who he says he is. Meanwhile, a group of ex-military men, led by Jackson, Jeffrey Donovan, are planning one last heist that would make them millionaires, but they'll have to dodge obstacles to smoothly pull it off.
Number 4.
Look at me. Where'd he get to?
Old Henry is a western and thriller film. Directed by Potsy Ponsaroli. With and stars Tim Blake Nelson, Scott Hayes, Gavin Lewis, Stephen Dorff, Trace Adkins. Henry McCarty, Nelson, has been through a lot. You can get a sense of it just by looking at him when he first appears in Old Henry, gaunt, dirty, seemingly perpetually aggrieved and clearly won't take no shit, damn it, from his wannabe gunslinger son Wyatt Lewis. He's about to go through a little more. Soon enough Henry comes across a wounded man named Curry Hayes with a mysterious bag of loot, whom he brings to his creaky, lonesome abode to tend to. It's not long before a band of roughriders claiming to be law come across the house looking for the man, who himself claims that, no, he's the sheriff, and Henry becomes embroiled in a chamber piece western where he, too, may have some secrets of his own.
Number 3.
Nightmare Alley is a crime and thriller film. Directed by Guillermo del Toro. With and stars Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, Rooney Mara, Willem Dafoe. An ambitious carnival man with a talent for manipulating people with a few well-chosen words hooks up with a female psychiatrist who is even more dangerous than he is. The film isn't overtly violent for the first half, but as the cinematic conclusion comes closer, you'll be shocked by some of the quick bouts of horrors that shade the final moments. If you are paying attention, you may even get a sense of where the story is heading. Even if there may be a slight bit of predictability here, it's well worth the ride once you get there.
Number 2.
No Time to Die, a action and thriller film. Directed by Cary Joji Fukunaga. With and stars Daniel Craig, Léa Seydoux, Rami Malek, Lashana Lynch, Ralph Fiennes. James Bond, Craig, is in retirement at the start of the film, living under the radar in Jamaica 5 years after he left his post as 007 with Madeleine Swan, Léa Seydoux. However, his old life beckons him to return after CIA agent Felix Leiter, Jeffrey Wright, shows up to ask for his help in rescuing kidnapped Russian scientist Valdo Obruchev, David Dencik. Naturally, nothing is as simple as it seems, with Bond thrown back into the danger and action that comes with the license to kill, all while having to adjust to the changes that occurred in his absence, including a new operative, Nomi, Lashana Lynch, who takes over the 007 mantle in his place. Working with them, Ralph Fiennes, Eve Moneypenny, Naomi Harris, Q, Ben Whishaw, and CIA operative Paloma, Ana de Armas, Bond faces off with enemies old, Blofeld, played by Christoph Waltz, and new, the central one being the mysterious Liatzifer Safin, Rami Malek, a skilled and intelligent enemy with deadly plans and a vengeful vendetta.
Number 1.
No. 3 years, they charged me with nothing. They kidnapped me from my home.
The Mauritanian, a drama and thriller film. Directed by Kevin MacDonald. With and stars Tahar Rahim, Jodie Foster, Benedict Cumberbatch, Shailene Woodley, Zachary Levi. The true story of the Mauritanian Mohamedou Ould Slahi, who was held at the U.S. military's Guantanamo Bay Detention Center without charges for over a decade and sought help from a defense attorney for his release. The efforts made to get Mohamedou out of Guantanamo are tedious, but the Mauritanian never falls into the steady pattern of a stale courtroom drama, though it dips into the legal waters frequently enough. The film, based on Slahi's real-life experiences and the memoir he wrote while imprisoned, doesn't shy away from critiquing the abhorrent treatment of Mohamedou, including the quite disturbing torture tactics used to coerce a confession, and the government policies and red tape that uphold the corrupt system that would rather keep Mohamedou behind bars on the mere suspicion of wrongdoing without just cause. While Slahi's case primarily unfolds through the lens of his lawyers and their revelations, he is never set aside as the film's main character, with MacDonald honing in on some of Slahi's backstory and his harrowing experiences during his years at Guantanamo. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, subscribe to our channel and like the video.